All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Check out Pig and a Pickle. 2 locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in Marin County from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Wednesday through Sunday in Emeryville. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Well, Adam Shine has an interesting article out, his bold predictions and for the upcoming NFL season. And Adam Shine says one of his bold predictions is that Sam Darnold could lead the 49ers to the playoffs and potentially become an MVP. How about that? He thinks that Darnold, he's got they get Darnold at plus 10,000 as his dark horse candidate to be the MVP of the NFL. And, you think about it and you're like, what? Sam Darnold, MVP? But his reasoning is, okay, the 49ers, let's say Brock Purdy's rehab doesn't go well, or for some reason the elbow surgery didn't go well, and he's going to be out a while. And let's say Trey Lance is developing, but he's still not there yet. And somehow, some way, Sam Darnold becomes the starter. He thinks the 49ers can win 10, 11, 12, 13 games, be a bona fide Super Bowl contender with Sam Darnold leading the way. So, he's had Darnold's had 55 NFL starts. And, he hasn't lived up to the expectations. He was the 3rd overall pick in the draft. What's the deal? What's the issue? He turns it over. He turns it over a lot. So he turned it over a lot with the Jets. He turned it over a little bit less with Carolina. And he just has always had problems turning it over. But according to Shine, he says, with Darnold in the starting lineup, I firmly believe Kyle Shanahan's 49ers can win 11 to 13 games and be bona fide Super Bowl contenders. I touched on this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not kidding. So let's ride. So his bold prediction, now Shine's really getting bold. He's predicting that Darnold leads the 49ers to a win over, wait for it, the New York Jets in the Super Bowl. Now, that would be a wild, wild projection. But Shine wrote, he says, I always wanted to see what Darnold could do with better support. Now he's under the watchful eye of offensive genius Kyle Shanahan, flanked by immense talent on both sides of the football. So there you go. Adam Shine believes the 49ers can win that Sam Darnold can lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl and in the process win the MVP. It's interesting. Brock Purdy had a great rookie year, 16 touchdowns, 3 picks during their whole run, and 4 picks maybe. He was the 2nd-ranked quarterback among all NFL quarterbacks in yards per attempt. But it wasn't him that Shine predicted to win the MVP. Trey Lance is, huge, talented, young quarterback, was also drafted 3rd overall, suffered a season-ending ankle injury in week 2, but he's now healthy. He's ready to go. I thought looked great in the minicamp, but did Shine go with Lance? No. He instead went with Sam Darnold. And it's, at first blush, the first thing you would say is, what? Really? Come on. Sam Darnold's not going to win the MVP. But if you really believe that Sam Darnold is going to find himself in this offense, look at the weapons here. You've got George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in football. To me, the most exciting part about the minicamp was that both Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel have challenged themselves to be better than they were last year. Ayuk's like, we're getting ready for blast off. We're getting ready to take off. And Deebo was like, I sucked last year. Really, Deebo? In what area? All areas. So Deebo, is intent on getting better. You can tell that he sat down with Shanahan. He's not content with what he put on film. He didn't think he was a good route runner. He didn't think he had good hands. He's looking for improvement across the board. That's great to hear. And then you hear Brandon Ayuk saying the same kind of thing. Hey, I'm just touching, we're just the tip of the iceberg here. I can do a whole lot more. I'm ready for takeoff. after a 1,000-yard season, you're thinking, wow, you not only have two great receivers, you got two great receivers who are heavily motivated. And if that's not enough, you got Juwan Jennings, who's a free agent at the end of the year. He's playing for a contract. You got Ray McLeod and Danny Gray, who are just playing to stay on the roster. You got Tay Martin and Ronnie Bell trying to break through. So you have unbelievable competition at the wide receiver spot. You got George Kittle. You've added some good young tight ends in Braden Willis and Cameron Latu. And then you're exceptionally deep at at running back, I should say. You get Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, J.P. Mason, Ty Davis Price. You got a couple of undrafted college kids who are pretty talented. So the 49ers have great competition at tight end, wide receiver, and running back. Lots of options. The best left tackle in the game, and an offensive play caller who's proven to be able to score points. The Niners averaged 33 points a game last year with Brock Purdy. So can Sam Darnold improve on that? I don't know. If it's the Sam Darnold we saw with the Jets, the answer is hell no. He can improve on that. But if he's the Sam Darnold that we saw in the final 6 games last year with Carolina, maybe Sam Darnold in this offense with Kyle as the play caller and all the advantages of having premier weapons everywhere you look, maybe Darnold can have a career renaissance. Maybe Darnold can have a career turnaround. Maybe he can take his game and get to that next level. But MVP of the league, wouldn't that be something? I mean, if Sam Darnold becomes the MVP of the league, Kyle Shanahan could run for mayor, could run for governor of California. It's like the most competent man in the state. If he can turn Sam Darnold from turnover-laden failure with the Jets and Panthers into not just a good quarterback, but an MVP quarterback inside of his offense, Kyle Shanahan will have job security for years, because even if the 49ers ever decide they're tired of him and want to fire him, just on that alone, he already got a 49er offense to score 33 a game with a 7th-round pick running the show from the first week of December on, and came really close to going to the Super Bowl. That already got, I'm sure a number of people stood up and took notice of that around the NFL. But if somehow Kyle Shanahan rescues the career of Sam Darnold and somehow Sam Darnold becomes a league MVP, leading the 49ers to a Super Bowl, Kyle Shanahan's going to be a made man going forward for the rest of his career. He'll, even if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, he'll be defined by the turnaround of Sam Darnold and the amazing heights that he achieved without a star quarterback. So it's outlandish. When I first heard Adam Shine say that Sam Darnold could win the MVP, I thought, what? Come on. But I see the reasoning. The reasoning is he may get an opportunity. He's going to be driving a great car with a great play caller. And Shine's theory is this is an incredible opportunity for Darnold, and he's got the talent, and he's going to take advantage of it. Wouldn't that be a story if Sam Darnold became the MVP of the NFL? All right, hope you enjoyed our 49er video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show, and thanks to all of you for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.